When you think of Lancaster, Pennsylvania, you probably think the Amish, rolling farmlands, agriculture, and a slower pace of life. I'm here to tell you that, well, that's part of it, but that is certainly not all of it. In fact, I'm here to tell you that Lancaster isn't what you think, and this video is all about why. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you are a returning subscriber, thanks so much for subscribing. If you're new here, welcome to our channel. We are living in Lancaster. We're detailing and breaking down all things Lancaster County, PA. What we love about it, what we don't love about it. It is the truth, it's the honesty, it's what we feel as people who live in this area. Do me a favor, if you get some information out of this video, give a thumbs up on it and subscribe to our channel to get more of this information delivered right to you. And of course, my name is Matt Moore. I run a real estate team that's based right here in Lancaster, PA. And of course, you know, people come to this channel and they say, oh, well, he's just a real estate agent, he's trying to sell homes. The reality is I'm just trying to spread information, the truth about this place we call home. And of course, if you go on our channel, you'll see pros and cons videos. You'll see the things that people do love about this area and what they don't love about this area. Of course, if you're thinking about moving to here, you're already living here, you're thinking about whether to move out or not, you want the honest truth. And that's what this channel is all about. And that is my pledge to you, to give that truth to you as we go through time. In this video, we are breaking down what you think about Lancaster probably isn't what Lancaster actually is. Lancaster isn't what you think in a lot of different ways. Now, of course, there are a lot of people that they think Lancaster, they picture Amish and farmland. And while that is, again, certainly a component of it, that is definitely not everything there is to know about this area. In fact, there's a lot of surprises when people come here from out of the area, or finally people settle down here, plant roots, and they come to me and they say, Matt, this place is great. And there's a lot of reasons why. There's a lot of surprises here along the way. So just one quick note, again, we are a real estate team. So if you have any questions at all, please reach out to us. You can call, text, email right here at the information on the screen. We're here to be a resource for you. And at the end of the video, we'll provide a little bit more information for you on how you can reach out to us and learn more about what we can help you with and guide you through any real estate processes that you might be considering at this point in time. Now let's get into the information. What you need to know about Lancaster, or I should say what you think about Lancaster that might not be true, or maybe it is, but not quite the exact truth. So here is the truth, and we're going to start with number one, and that is that Lancaster is not just about the Amish. So if you're not familiar with who the Amish are or what they believe, the reality is, and the definition is that it's a subculture, a Christian subculture that is a very deeply rooted culture and community right here within Lancaster County. Now, they have other places across the country that they tend to have higher concentrations of Amish people living there, but you might know the Amish as they try to stay away from modern technologies and modern electricity. In fact, many of the Amish folks that live in the area, they don't have power coming to their homes except for to operate devices and things that would help them business-wise to make money in today's world. Definitely see a lot of Amish horse and buggies in the area of Lancaster County. In fact, the eastern side of Lancaster County has even turned into an Amish tourism hotspot that people come from all over just to immerse themselves into the Amish culture. And that includes for paying for buggy rides and things like that, which you can certainly do, and it is fun to do. But if you're a local here and you live here, it becomes part of the culture, becomes part of the community because you live here and you drive on the same streets that these horse and buggies are driving down, and you interact with Amish people all the time. Now, some people get frustrated with the horse and buggies going down the main roads and the horses, you know, going number 2 on the roads. It gets up into wheel well sometimes. Again, it's just a fact of life living here that in certain areas there's higher concentrations of that. You may have to dodge a few of those on the roads themselves. But the flip side of that is that the Amish community is exceptional in terms of work ethic and in terms of caring for the community in general. There's a lot of advantages for living in a community with the Amish, and that is, again, going back to that work ethic. If you are looking for Amish-built furniture that's going to last not only for your generation, but for the one after you or the one after you that, and so on and so forth, well, in Lancaster, it's built right here in its roots, and you're not going to have to pay a surplus to get something from out of state. It's built right here. Homes being built by Amish tradespeople. Again, there's a lot of different factors and varieties with the Amish, how they intertwine with the actual modern community, how they intertwine with the rest of Lancaster County, and how it really becomes part of the normal culture here in Lancaster, PA. Now, a lot of the Lancaster County tourism commercials that sometimes you see out of the area, they feature a lot of Amish buggies and Amish rolling farmlands and farmlands in general. But the reality is that Amish community makes up for about 6% of the total population here in Lancaster County. So by far the minority population right here in Lancaster County. In fact, that population exceeding over 500,000 people and continuing to grow. That brings me to the next note, which is that Lancaster County is actually pretty populated. In fact, in Pennsylvania, out of the 67 counties that are within the state, Lancaster ranks at number 6 in terms of total population. That's coming behind places like Philadelphia, coming behind places like around Pittsburgh, and around some of the suburbs of Philadelphia and Pittsburgh as well. In fact, Lancaster County is the number 1 largest county that's not considered a suburb of a larger city like Philadelphia or Pittsburgh.
Hey, real quickly, I want to invite you to subscribe to our channel. We're making a lot of content for not just Lancaster, but some of the surrounding communities as well, and we'd love for you to get a chance to see it. So all you have to do is hit that subscribe button and also hit the little bell for alerts anytime new videos are published. Thanks so much, and back to the video.
So the population continues to grow, and that is leading to a net influx of people, not a net outgoing. In fact, there are more people coming to Lancaster County than there are leaving, and that has been ongoing. 12 out of the last 12 years, there has been a population gain here in the Lancaster County area. A lot of that can be attributed to the way of life here, the cost of living being lower than the I-95 cities, certainly, and a lot of other places across the United States. Great health care, great perks for retirees, places and things to do in this area with close access to those big cities. You may not know that Lancaster has a city. You might think Lancaster, you might think rolling farmland, the Amish, agriculture, all that kind of thing, but Lancaster itself has a vibrant and thriving, growing city right smack in the middle of the county itself geographically. Now, the city is growing. The city has undergone a massive amount of changes over the last 10 to 15 years and is now becoming a place, a destination for a lot of people, from weddings to people that are coming here from tourism. And I cannot tell you how many times we've had conversations with people who say, wow, Matt, I had no idea that Lancaster had a city like this. There are amazing restaurants. It is extremely walkable. It's not huge and overwhelming. It is something you can definitely see it all in one day, even half a day. But it's going to take you a lot longer than that to try out all the different places there are to eat. It is a foodie paradise. There's a lot going on with regards to theater scene and the arts, music, culture, all that kind of thing right in downtown Lancaster. It is rich in all of it has to do, and I encourage you to come out and visit and take a look, because walking up and down the shops on Queen Street is really a great experience. Coming and checking out a lot of the different restaurants that Lancaster has to offer, particularly near downtown, and you're just really going to be happy with the city itself in general. But again, each little suburb outside of Lancaster City, it has its own little cultural identity, from places like Lidditz to East Petersburg to the Strasburg area, including the Strasburg Railroad, which is a huge tourist destination, to Elizabethtown, to Ephrata. They all have different types of vibes and feelings at a different scale. So it really is a lot for different people, what you like, and you can find something for pretty much everyone. Lancaster isn't what you think when it comes to it's just great for retirees. That is very true. It is a great place for people of retirement age. In fact, I've done a lot of videos detailing and breaking that down, what makes it so great for retirees. But it's not just about that. In fact, Lancaster County, Pennsylvania is one of the youngest counties by median age right here in Pennsylvania. So while it's phenomenal for retirees, in fact, consistently ranks one of the top places in the United States for people who are of retirement age and thinking about where to retire, but it's, believe it or not, by median age, one of the younger counties in all of Pennsylvania. Again, out of those 67 counties, Lancaster County ranks in the top 5 youngest counties in all of PA. So one of the top fastest growing counties, one of the top youngest by median age, but still great for retirees. So are you getting the picture here? Is that it is really just all the way around. In fact, different age groups, from people that are in their 20s and single and just looking to meet more people in general, to people who are married and have small children, to empty nesters who are still looking for things to do and still working, to retirees. They're all the age groups. Generally tends to be a great place to plant roots right here in Lancaster, PA. Lancaster isn't what you think when it comes to growth. You might think of Lancaster, you might think of kind of a dying town, but the reality is it's the opposite of that. It is thriving, it is growing, and I'm not just talking about the city. Now, of course, in Lancaster City, there are a number of development projects ongoing, the largest of which, and is coming and is starting the construction process now as of recording of this video, is the Mosaic, which is now going to be the tallest skyscraper in downtown Lancaster. And it is a retirement community that is ongoing by the Willow Valley Retirement Group. So they are building a giant skyscraper in downtown Lancaster, but there's also a number of other high-rises ongoing, from luxury apartments to more commercial space to a just rejuvenated and thriving downtown area, which is going to bring more people and eventually is going to attract more of those restaurants and great things to do right in the downtown area. But outside of that, we continue to see growth. We continue to see developers purchasing land and growing communities, neighborhoods, things to do outside of Lancaster City itself. But on the same token, there is still an attachment and the roots to the agricultural side of things. There are preserved farms all over Lancaster County, and that is keeping that preservation of what the roots of Lancaster really are. So, which is founded again in that agriculture, the Amish community and things like that. So while it is a fast growing county, it's being held in check by these preservation projects. And with home values and property values going up in general, we are still seeing growth, but we're just seeing it in a little bit of a different way. It's not urban sprawl. It's not just total and complete subdivision after subdivision. There's a lot of charm and character when you go from one town to the next. It does not feel like you're being bombarded by new home building signs all over the place. So Lancaster certainly has not lost touch with its agricultural roots, but continues to be a growing and thriving community. And this brings me to my last point of Lancaster isn't what you think, and that is that Lancaster is not just farmland. In fact, Lancaster, while that is a component of the Lancaster County area, and it is absolutely beautiful, breathtaking, especially when you get the sun rising and setting, you see a little bit of fog in the valleys. I mean, it is just absolutely beautiful. But it's not just that. In fact, the farther north you go, it gets pretty hilly, a little bit more woods. In fact, you can get kind of more into a foresty type of a feel as you go into the northern part of the county. In the western part of the county, bordering the Susquehanna River, there's water there. In fact, the Susquehanna River itself is a fairly large waterway that you can, from a recreational side of things, you can enjoy. You can also walk along many of the rail trails that border along the Susquehanna River itself, and you can fish too. Smallmouth bass fishing is a big thing there in the Susquehanna River. But it means that you get a little bit more diversity as you head west from a geographic sense. So instead of being in the woods, you're more along the river. And then in the southern end of the county, it's rolling farmlands, it's rolling hills, a lot of high plateaus, low valleys going up and down, and you can find a lot of that in the southern end of the county, east end of the county as well. And then, of course, there's the central part, which is where Lancaster City is, kind of flat geographically, but that's, again, where you see more of the core of the population. And there are a lot of creeks and waterways along the way. So recreation is a huge thing here, from canoeing to kayaking to biking, walking, jogging, and rock climbing even in the Lancaster County area. There's a lot of things to do and check out if you were into outdoor recreation. We have a lot of our clients who are moving here to this area who are like, Matt, I need to have a mountain biking trail, I need to have a walking trail, I need to have all sorts of different things. And we tell them it's a great place for all of those things, because of the rail trail system, which is an extensive network, dozens and dozens and dozens of miles of these old railroad beds that they dug up, paved or graveled, and make a great place and a relatively flat place for people who are walking or jogging and even biking too. In fact, the Enola low-grade trail runs right along the Susquehanna River there, heads down to the Safe Harbor Dam, and in fact, it goes across a big bridge truss with a glass screen down there, so you can actually look down to the canyon and the valley below in a big drop there, but just breathtaking views. And we're talking over 40 miles of biking trails just in that one general area alone, and it is one of the higher bald eagle concentrations per capita, or however they keep track of things, of anywhere in the United States. There's just a ton of bald eagles in there. It's very common to see them with waterfalls coming down to your left, the river to your right. I mean, you just can't ask for more beautiful scenery, and you can find that right here in Lancaster County. So that's it. Lancaster isn't what you think. It's not your grandparents' place, although it is a great place for grandparents and people of retirement age. But it's also got a lot to offer for everyone from all different ages and spectrums, parts of life, stages of life, whatever the case might be, and interests too. So there's just a really great place for you to settle down in. Now, again, it's not perfect. There are certainly some things that we would love to see change in the Lancaster area, some things that are not able to be changed, and just something about living here. And you can find out more about that in the pros and cons video, of course, and I'll hyperlink that here in the top corner of the video so you can see and click on that and watch that yourself. But again, generally speaking, the good outweighs the bad here in Lancaster. I could work anywhere in the world with my family, but I chose here in Lancaster to raise my family because it is a great place to live, and we do enjoy living here. So thank you again for watching this video, and as I mentioned earlier, if you're interested in moving to Lancaster, we'd love to get in contact with you. Here's our contact information right up on the screen. You can call, text, email, it doesn't matter. We'd love to get in contact with you and help discuss your real estate goals, whatever those might be, from investing to buying a single family home to doing commercial. We do it all here with the Moore Group, and my name is Matt Moore. Now, we will be, of course, helping you along the way, but if you want to do a little bit more research into who we are as people, I encourage you and invite you to check out our website, themoregroup.lancaster.com. We've got more home buyer seller resources right there for you. You can learn more about us, who we are, and how we can help you with your real estate goals. Now, sometimes people say, hey, that's not enough. I need to do a little bit more digging to find out if these guys are legit, if these guys are the right group for me to be able to achieve my goals. So I invite you to do this as well. Go to Google, type in the Moore Group, and read the over 65-star reviews and counting of people who had great experiences coming to this area or moving within this area, just like you. And you can see that there's a lot of people that are just saying good things about us. And at the end of the day, that's what it's all about, developing that relationship, guiding you guys appropriately and ethically, and helping you achieve that real estate goal. That's what it's all about for us here at the Moore Group. So again, my name is Matt Moore with the Moore Group. If you have any questions at all, leave them in the comments section below. Shoot me an email, shoot me a text, whatever the case might be, and I'd be happy to answer them for you. Thanks again for watching, and until next time, don't forget to like and subscribe.